lived in Birmingham all my life and I've never known it was a sister city with Chicago. Earlier this year I was lucky enough to get the chance to go there on an exchange. And along the way I plan to collect a load of things and then try and do something with it in my artwork after. This is Robin.
I'm going to Birmingham!
She's a 19-year-old drama student, and while I was going one way, she was coming the other to experience Birmingham. She's a bit of a performer.
When I was in Birmingham, I stayed basically in history. I stayed in the back-to-back houses where it was really small. It's like a living dining room, kitchen area, really small, like a box, and the stairs are very tiny. And upstairs, it was one bedroom. It was sort of like a four-poster bed, and it's just really nice. All the furniture is really old, and I was afraid I was gonna break something, but luckily I didn't. It's crazy. I'm in Birmingham. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. Let's hurry up and start now.
I finally arrived in Chicago. Hello, Chicago. And here we are. The Union League Club of Chicago. I'm quite excited. I've heard a lot about it, and I think it's going to be a pretty classy place. Hey, hey. I'm on the 22nd floor of the hotel, and I'm going to go swimming now on the 22nd floor. I'm at Millennium Park, and there's a load of beautiful sculptures that I can see standing from here. And right behind me is this beautiful sculpture, which people in Chicago call the Bean.
Well, it was designed by Brit artist Anish Kapoor. This is his first major monumental outdoor piece in the United States. It's made out of quarter-inch stainless steel plate.
People can touch it and feel it, interact with it.
They can. People are compelled to touch it, but I wouldn't recommend putting your tongue on the piece in the middle of winter in Chicago. That would not be a good idea.
I'm at Pritzker Pavilion, a huge music pavilion. Could you tell me a bit about it?
There are seating for 4,000 in these red seats. Beyond the seats, there's a great lawn, which can seat another 7,000 to 8,000 people. The sound system is pretty unique. It's the only one like it in the world, and it's able to provide this great sound because of what we call the trellis, which is this pipe structure which spans the lawn and the seating area, from which we hang the speakers, and they are placed exactly where they need to be to provide optimum sound. So whether you sit in the front seat or 600 feet back at the back of the lawn, you hear great sound.
Some fantastic sculptures, and in particular I really like the one with the faces on there. The idea of having loads of genuine people that were born and bred in Chicago, which is a great idea. And as I was walking around I found this map which is quite interesting, and I'm going to hopefully collect a load of more stuff and do something with it when I get back to Britain. Thank you! Thank you! And Robin would have definitely loved this.
I went to the Central Library.
Hi Robin, I'm Pete James, head of photographs of the Central Library, and I think we've got some photographs in here that you might be interested in seeing.
And there I met Vanley Burke, who showed me all of his great photos.
This has been, for the last close on 40 years, documenting the lives and experience of black people in Birmingham.
When you think about photographing something, do you have a theme in mind?
Yeah, let's say education or religion, or let's say birth or rites of passages, and I'll think, well, I need to address that. I try to cover things like people and relationships, and
yes.
For example, an old man and the son. I've documented a host of other communities as well. The Vietnamese community, the Asian community, that's Pakistani Indians, and the Kurdish communities as well. I've also worked in South Africa in various places. Birmingham is twinned with Johannesburg.
Is this a family right here?
This is a family in South Africa celebrating at a music event in Johannesburg.
These pictures are really great. I can't wait till they come to Chicago.
I only hope I'm able to travel with the photographs.
Okay, Robin, maybe I can show you some more from the collection, some
All
a
right.
bit closer to home. These photographs from the Sir Benjamin Stone collection. Sir Benjamin Stone's one of the kind of key photographers from Birmingham from the 19th century. And these are some photographs of the ruins of Chicago after the Great Fire.
In 1871?
1871.
Where's this?
This is in South
Carolina. They're slaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a large collection, also kind of Native Americans
Yep.
that he collected photographs.
The Native Americans have, they play a big role in the black community in America.
And moving on, kind of some old photographs of Birmingham. I gather you're staying in one of the back-to-back houses?
Yes, I am. The ones now are, shorter, but these are all stacked right next to each other, like a big ghetto.
Hopefully they're a bit more comfortable now than they were then.
Yeah, mine's it's tiny, but it's very comfortable. This is excellent. I really enjoy these pictures. I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. I can't wait for you guys to come to Chicago and show your work around, because if we don't, we'll be missing out on a lot.
Hey, hey, we're here in Soldier Field with Staley the bear. He's keeping me warm because it's really cold. And I'm here to learn a bit about American football. Is it a pretty big stadium?
Yeah, the stadium holds about 62,000, so it's very, very large. This is our football. It looks very much like a rugby ball. Basically, there's 11 people on each team that are playing at once, and the goal is to try to get from point A to point B. I'm going to be the quarterback. I'm the person that throws it, so I'm going to get in here and yell some things out like blue 52, red 17. And I'm calling.
So they're kind of like your bodyguards here?
Yeah, they're like my bodyguards. And I'm going to go back, and I'll drop back, and I'll either hand it off or I'll throw it to a receiver. And again, like I said, the goal is to try to get across the finish line, across the line, the goal line, to get a touchdown. During the games, we have Staley on the sideline, and what his job is to get the crowd pumped up and do things like that to, oh, look at that. Just because it's the off season doesn't mean you can slack off. You're out of shape, you've been eating poorly, and it's time to start exercising. 1, 2, 3. Okay, push-ups, push-ups. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do some sit-ups. Come on, Staley.
One of my favorite things was going to the repertory theater where I sat with the class. Hi, everyone. And join in on some of their scenes. It was outstanding. You guys are really talented. I wish you guys can come to Chicago too. Everybody needs to come to Chicago. I had a great time. The people were great. I went to a place called The Drum, and guess what I did there? I think I did a pretty good job.
And you play really well. Your timing's really good. Excellent.
They had a visit to St. Paul's Church where I met some very talented gospel singers. And I decided to join on the fun.
Gospel music has been going strong in Birmingham, indeed in the whole country, and has really come of age. We've got guys around here making albums and big concerts, and these guys in here are part of that new range of gospel music in Birmingham.
Thank you, guys. It was great. Thanks, Neville.
Welcome, Dina. It's great to see you. Thank you for coming over from Birmingham, right? Yeah. All the way. Great. Well, welcome to Second City. I'll give you this as a gift from us to you. This is a book about the history of Second City. We're a very, very well-known comedy theater. We've been around since 1959. It's kind of a theater based on improvisation and the rules of improvisation. From improvisational work, they script scenes, and then those scenes become shows.
Fluffy may sleep with you, but he loves me.
Excuse me, I'm trying to play.
So 2 actors forward, your suggestion is parking ticket. Parking ticket.
Sorry, pal, it's a handicap spot, so,
Please. Dad, I'm sorry, but I forgot about the dog and I strangled him to death. Well, he was yapped at.
Freeze! God damn it, Michael! How could you not make me dinner tonight?
Doing it for the first time. Don't know, but I'm gonna try. Yeah. Okay. Hey, darling. How you doing?
I'm fine.
And I thought it would be fun to teach him some Brummie.
How you doing?
How you
doing?
How you doing? Ta-ra, Bab. You're all right, love. All right.
all right, love.
All right, love. Yeah.
Ta-ra, Bob.
Bab, B-A-B.
A bit Bab.
Yeah.
That's Southern. Bab.
Bab.
Bab. Can you do the Southern accent?
Yeah, the
Fix 'em
liquor
to.
store. I want some Southern fried chicken, some good cooking.
You oughta.
I'm
You
from,
oughta.
like, Alabama.
Get some soul food. Get some chitlins.
I see y'all later.
She's getting on the Underground Railroad. We're going. Come on. Oh.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
When I found out I was coming to the UK, I really didn't know what I was going to be eating. I thought I was going to be eating fish and chips the whole time. There are a lot of fusions like Indian cuisine, Vietnamese and Chinese, and even just British cuisine. It wasn't what I thought it would be, and it's very tasty and very delicious. I went to Petit Blanc. The fish that I got was fantastic. It was very light and very, very tasty. It's very good. I also had a meal in the Chinese Quarter. Good job, Birmingham. At the end, I couldn't even eat all the food that she gave me. I'm done. It's over. I went to Jessica's.
Poached egg yolk with smoked haddock foam, cornflakes and trumpets.
And I also met the chef, the Michelin Star Award winner, Glenn. This is really good.
A lot of my food relates to a lot of my childhood. Smoked haddock and poached eggs was something we used to have on a Friday. And cornflakes we used to eat out of the box when we were kids.
And he is so nice.
And good looking as well.
Yeah, you're very good looking. He made me laugh. They serve their food in very small portions. The food there was outstanding. It was really great. Très bien. And of course, I had to try the famous Birmingham Balti. Very good. And best of all, I got to cook at Lasagne.
English food is so diverse now because everyone who's come in, every community has contributed and it's reflected in our daily life. I mean, this is the sort of food that people enjoy. I mean, it's not just like, say, your roasts or your Yorkshire puds. I mean, there's so much more that Birmingham has to offer.
And the chef was amazing.
You gotta do it with your dinner style. You gotta do it with your dinner style.
And I have a lot of recipes to take back home. Is this the one I made?
Yeah, this is what you made earlier on.
I want to eat it right now.
Let's get stuck in.
There's loads of food to choose from in this city, but I decided to try something very Chicago. This is Pete, the manager here, and he's going to show me how to, you know, make one of them Chicago pizzas.
Follow me this way. Lesson one, we're gonna make a stuffed pizza.
Chicago style.
There's only one stuffed pizza, and it's originated in Chicago. Everybody tries to copy it. We have the dough. We put it in the pan. We have our foundation. Now we're gonna put all the good stuff in here. You like vegetables, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, and lots of cheese.
You're not calorie conscious, of course not.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all.
Cheese.
Over here, over here. We put mushrooms, huh? The green peppers, and we put some onions. And now we have to put the finishing temperature on it.
Oh, you're doing your trick again.
And then we just close it. We knead the doughs together. Feel how heavy this is.
Oh, wow. That's not your normal pizza.
All right, now we put the sauce.
The tomato goes on last.
The tomato goes on
I
top.
always thought it was the first thing that you put on.
No, this is the top because this is the flavor, and we accent it with a little Parmesan cheese. And this is ready to go in the oven. And there it goes, into the oven.
And how long is that going to take?
That's going to take a minute, around 35 minutes to cook.
And everything cooks properly inside?
Yes.
So it's like a little pizza pie?
Exactly, but it's for the hearty eater.
Okay.
We have a rivalry with New York and Chicago. New York's a snack, Chicago's a meal.
Thank you. And here's my pizza that I made. Very thick, lots of cheese, like I like it, and let me give it a try.
What'd I tell ya? It's not a snack, it's a meal.
It's a hearty meal, isn't it? Hearty Chicago meal.
I took a trip on the Canal where I met some very outrageous characters that I'll never forget.
There's 72 miles of canal in Birmingham. You can walk most of them as well.
And stretch all over Birmingham.
Come on. The boats were actually used to transport goods every place. As the decades actually went on, the railway age dawned, and they worked sort of together hand in hand. They would actually load the stuff and a factory onto the boats, and then go onto the railways and travel the rest of the country.
I love the boats. I love being on the water. It's what I do.
Yeah, that's how I am with theatre. Is it hard to bear the steering wheel?
Yeah, you've got to have your concentration on the canal all the time.
So even talking?
No, it's out of bounds talking.
I'm gonna be quiet so you can.
You don't need to be quiet. I'm not going to hit with me. Bang. It's very tight in there.
Do these things sink?
Oh yes, mine did.
Yours did?
They call me Captain Nemo.
Nemo?
Because I sang my boat.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
I'm in downtown Chicago near the lake, and very windy, and now I know why they call it the Windy City. Despite the weather, I'm going to go on a really interesting, unique tour of Chicago.
These are Segway human transporters. Underneath this platform, we have gyroscopes that detect various changes in your weight. So that if you want to go forward, you put weight on the balls of your foot, or if you want to go backward, you put weight on the heels.
And it just automatically moves as you move as well.
Yeah, it's a very intuitive type of machine.
Right, I'm with my other Segway peeps here. I'm about to hop on it for the first time, so I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit worried that I'll fall off. Oh, stop. Just a few more lessons and we were ready to go outside.
Now, go down a little bit, just a little bit by yourself.
I'm riding away.
Okay, a little bit slower, stand up straight. Stand up straight. She learns very quickly. Good student. There you go.
And back again. Not as fast as they are,
but I'm learning and getting the hang of it. I'm not crashing into anything anymore, which is good, and having great fun, so speak soon.
We're in the round room now. This is part of the original Victorian building that was built in 1885. And we've hung it just in the way that it would have been in the 19th century. So we've got these deep red walls, the pictures hung floor to ceiling, and it creates a really quite spectacular space when you first enter the museum.
The pictures really pop out.
Yeah. This is the Sultan Ganj Buddha, and it was one of the very first objects to come into the museum in the 1860s, before this building even existed. And this is the only over life-size metal standing sculpture of the Buddha of this type that survives in the world. And it was found during the building of the railways across India in the 1860s, and that was when the sculpture was actually dug up.
Is he made out of brass?
He's made out of bronze.
Bronze, right.
Cast bronze. These are two 18th century sphinxes which were made for Soho House, which was the home of Matthew Bolton, the Birmingham industrialist, as garden ornaments.
Wow, that's crazy. In Chicago, the Art Institute, we have two lions and they're both looking in opposite directions. So this sort of reminds me. I'd be scared at night to come up here because like they're gonna jump on you.
This is a classic early Pre-Raphaelite painting. It's by Ford Madox Brown and it's called Pretty Bar Lambs. Pre-Raphaelites were among the first artists to try and capture the effects of really bright sunlight. So the fact that her skin is sort of bleached out with the lights on it and sort of the red face that she has as well. But it shows how seriously they took their realism. And
yeah, you can tell she's been out for a long time.
Yeah, all this sort of sunburn on her arms. And it's so bright and so sharp that it's almost kind of hyper-real.
At first I thought certain parts are real and other parts are paint.
Yes.
Because I thought the grass was real grass. Well, I had a wonderful time here. Thank you so much.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming. It's been great showing you around.
Hi Dina, welcome to the museum. I'm Julie, I'm assistant curator.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and I'm happy to show you around.
Brilliant. What's this huge sculpture here in front of me?
We have this giant kitty cat skeleton.
Right.
Which is an artwork by the Italian artist Maurizio Catalan.
Oh, okay. He's pretty big. And where did he get the bones from?
Well, they're not really bones. They're just like, you know,
he made them.
A wire structure and then plaster and resin.
Oh, right.
And it's become kind of a signature piece for us in the atrium. These are done by Scott Fortino, who's a Chicago-based artist. Interesting, he kind of has this dual life, one as a Chicago policeman, one as a photographer and an artist. Right. And I think it's kind of an interesting dichotomy to be sort of, a Chicago policeman is not an easy job. And so he, in a really interesting way, finds the beauty in just the local surroundings. We're standing in the stairway, which when the building opened really became the icon of the museum. It's this kind of, you know, geometric, almost an eye or teardrop shape.
Right, and it sort of works nicely with all the artwork as well.
It does. You know,
it's a nice white space.
Exactly. It's like a blank canvas.
Just keep on trying.
Had a bit of a tour around, seen some great work, and one of my favourites was The Cat by Maurizio Catalan. He's one of my favourite artists, and I'm really like, ooh, definitely very cool. Grabbed one of these brochures, which I'm going to take back and do something with, read it, maybe cut the images and just incorporate it with all the other stuff that I've collected over my trip.
Still a long, long way from home. Still a long, long way to go from here.
Birmingham is like a huge community. Every race and every culture, and they take pride in it. They open up stores and sell their own clothes and everything. And they have so much history, and they preserve it well. It's old and new. This church is like 100 years old, and crazy how it's right next to something so modern, but it's very good to see something so old and something so new come together to join. But girls, don't worry. I did do some shopping at the Bull Ring. The store is great. I wish I was rich so I could buy the whole store. I want to take it home. The people of Birmingham are very funny and they're very nice. I like the people of Birmingham. They remind me of Chicago people. And guess what, Mom? I met the mayor. It's a shame I only had to stay 4 days. I wish I could have stayed longer. But hopefully I'll get invited back, and hopefully you Brummies can come visit Chicago. Bye!
I'm inside the Sears Tower, one of the tallest buildings in the world. I'm a bit excited about it. We're going all the way to the 103rd floor, is it?
It's the perfect way to see all of Chicago.
We're going in. Kerry here said it's only going to take less than a minute, did you say?
It's going to take us a minute.
To get all the way to the top. Can I press the button?
It's actually automatic.
Oh, is it? 103rd floor, and I think that was less than a minute.
We're here on the 103rd floor of the Sears Tower Sky Deck.
And this is all downtown Chicago, yeah?
Exactly. Right now we're looking at downtown Chicago.
I didn't really realise how big this city is. It's quite different from when you were standing on the pavement to standing here. I don't know, it looks a bit like a postcard now.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's a very different perspective from
surreal.
up here.
And that's definitely a lake.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely a lake, not a sea, I promise.
Okay, where does it end though? Absolutely huge. And does it actually move on a typical windy day?
On a windy day, it definitely moves. It was built so that it could sway. In general, it sways about 6 inches from center.
And it literally moves?
Yes.
Right, how
yes.
does it move, on wheels or?
No, it's just the actual, motion of the building. It lets the wind move the building.
Okay. Wow, what can I say? End of this trip, end of the road. It's a pretty big city, different people, culture, food, different weather, definitely. It's definitely not like Birmingham. It's like 100 times bigger. It's been a cool trip, enjoyed it loads, and it's been pretty fabulous.
So